3, 2, 1.
I guarantee you, look, we're after players like, for this is like the fourth window in a row we've been linked with Adama Traore. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, to play right wing back for sure.
Right. So we're going to buy a player who doesn't play right wing back to play right wing back, and the only thing I can think is for the baby oil deal that Daniel Levy will probably get with Johnson and Johnson. That's all I can think of, because who looks at Adama Traore and says that is who we need? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Mad, isn't it?
And my line, Rants, I get in trouble for this with Spurs fans, is I think the majority of Spurs fans, and if you do support Spurs in the chat, I'm sorry, the majority of Spurs fans have the club they deserve because they back this ownership. They back
100%.
They back ENIC, and they back 22 years of failure. So if that makes me a bad fan, then I'm a bad fan.
No, I hear you. I say the same thing about our fan base a lot of the time, and they're so reactionary, do you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing, man. So fickle, but I think that's just football fans in general. Like, what is the deal with Basuma anyway? Conte just doesn't fancy him.
Another one, right?
How do you go from being one of the most promising midfielders in the Premier League, yeah, to being nowhere?
But do you know what, right? Sometimes when a player comes to the Premier League, you can say, all right, he needs a bit of time to adapt, and he doesn't understand the pace of the league, or all these excuses, right? This is a guy that's been ripping it up, and he has for Brighton for 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know how long he's been there, but it feels like years. This is a bloke that knows the league. He's indoctrinated into it. Yet we bring him in, and I keep hearing this. He's got to learn the Conte way. Now, Rants, the Tottenham way is playing absolutely turgid defensive football. What does he need to learn? What we do is we give him a game like he played the other day against Brentford. It wasn't great, but he'll play, and then he won't play again for 3 or 4 games. And then we'll bring him in, and it'll be, he's not looking good. This guy needs 5, 6, 7 games in a row. And this guy needs to play for a manager that isn't, sorry, I know people are going to hate, that isn't Antonio Conte. He's played for Potter, who's a forward-thinking, progressive manager with multiple systems. At Tottenham, he's being asked to play one of 2 in a team that doesn't go forward. So I feel for him. It's upsetting because I thought he was our best signing of the summer.
He was the one. When you lot signed Basuma, especially for how cheap you got him for, that's when I was like, shit, Tottenham mean business, mate. Because how the fuck have they pulled this out? He was your first signing, innit? And he was like 20-something million after this, how good he's been, like absolute steal. I thought, you know what, Tottenham are gonna go crazy here.
Yeah. Oh, mate, listen, for me, I was looking at it thinking, okay, we're all right in centre mid, but this guy comes in, that's a new dimension. That guy goes straight into the team. For me, I put him alongside Bentancur if we're playing the 2, and that's a great partnership. It's not materialised. We never veer away from Højbjerg and Bentancur. For me, I'd play a 3 in their Rants. I don't like wing backs. Hang on, let me caveat that. I don't like wing backs unless your wing backs are people like Chilwell and Reece James.
Yeah, well, I don't like, and you don't like the wing back system, the way that Antonio Conte plays it as well. Like 3 midfielders, not 1 creative midfielder in the centre.
Exactly. So for me, I'd play a 4. I'd have Basuma as one of my 3 midfielders. I'd just say to him, listen, let the other 2 sit and do what they do. You go and be busy. I'm not saying he's a forward-thinking player, but at Brighton, I saw him carrying forward. I saw him pressing and pushing. At Tottenham, we're not seeing that. And there's a lot of players that you don't see the best of them under Conte. He's revered by Spurs fans. They love him. It's, oh my God, Conte this, Conte that. He's not for me. Rants, you know me by now. You know he's not for me. That's not what I want to watch week in, week out. We're drawing to Brentford. And listen, I'm not saying Brian Hill's a great player. He's tiny, he's lightweight, but he's an attacking option. And the 2 substitutions he made the other night against Brentford was 2 centre-backs coming off, 2 centre-backs going on. You think to yourself,
nonsense, isn't it?
You
It's
have no
disgraceful,
interest
bro.
in trying to attack, do you? Like he's got no interest. So, Tottenham, great club, great club.
Yeah, no, it's disgraceful. I'll be real. Like when people
As a
do stuff
rival,
like that.
let me ask you, Rants, as a rival,
Yeah,
and let's be fair, we are rivals now. There was years
yeah.
where you guys were miles above us, but Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal, as rivals, how happy are
Yeah.
you guys seeing Antonio Conte being in charge of Tottenham?
Oh, it's great, man. Like I'll be real. Like before, you guys used to be guaranteed Champions League football and like a proper team in it. Like, and now, bro, look at how we cooked you. Like, I haven't seen Man United dominate Spurs like that since the early 2000s, maybe late 90s. I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
honest. Like, not just the scoreline, because the scoreline didn't reflect the game. Like, it
Oh,
was
that
like
should have
when
been 7-0.
yeah, it
You,
was like when Man United lost to Man City, I think it was last season, they beat us 2-0. But bro, like we didn't have a kick. Like it's like Man City didn't want to score. Do you know what I mean? Like they literally had like 80% of the ball and they absolutely suffocated us.
yeah,
And that 2-0 defeat felt like a 10-0 defeat. And what we done to Spurs, that literally felt like a 7-8-0. Like that's what it felt like
yeah,
watching the game. You were never in the game, not for a second, innit? And I don't remember Man United dominating a Spurs team like that probably in my life. So it's one of them things where um you guys have fallen at a rapid rate in terms of expectations, even the fan base.
yeah,
Like there was
yeah,
optimism, there was excitement under Pochettino. Like you were finishing in the top four
yeah.
comfortably every season. Do you know what I mean? You were doing well enough in the Champions League, made a Champions League final. That you guys look so far away from doing anything in the
Oh,
Champions League. You look so far away right now as it stands from even finishing in the top four. Because if we win our game in hand, you're behind us. You know what
mate,
I mean? So
I went on to Crime HD that night, the channel, and watched the
mm,
rerun of Tottenham v Man United. You murdered us. They made a
mm,
documentary about how you killed us in cold light. It was
mm,
awful. The thing is as well is, look, listen, Tottenham, we're not a club, as you know, we're not a serial winning football club. It's not
yeah,
like there's trophies like Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal. These clubs are trophy, right?
mhm,
Even Arsenal in the years when we were meant to be much better than them, were still dragging out FA Cups here and there and everywhere.
for sure.
But at least in the past, I've watched Spurs and thought, all right, we're not winning trophies, but I enjoyed that.
Yep.
Now I watch Tottenham and I'm like, this is crap. And the excuses Rants that Conte gets from this fan base. I get it, right? You know me. I couldn't be, for anyone in your chat who doesn't know this, I couldn't be more Enoch and Levy out. I
Yeah.
have been for 15 years. I'm trying to start a movement with certain people within the fan base to get these owners out, right?
Mhm,
But that doesn't excuse, with the players that Conte's got at his disposal, for the awful football that we watch. I
for
hear,
sure.
what's he meant to do? So, dude, you've got Kane, Son, Kulusevski, Perisic, Basuma, Bentancur, Højbjerg, yeah, Christian Romero, Hugo Lloris. You're not telling me that this is the only brand of football the man can play. But week in, week out, and yes, whoever that is in your chat, Abda11A _10, which is a great name, by the way, is Sava wants the Ginola days back. Damn right. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Even in that awful era when Spurs we were an 11th place team, you'd come out that stadium at full time and go, God, you see what he did? Yeah.
Mm,
Now it's like, like, and fans get excited, Rants, because right, there's two mindsets for me in football. There's the mindset of, oh my God, look what Conte's done. Even when they go behind, they never know when they're beaten. What a mentality. I'm old school. I'm like, no. Why are we behind in every game in the first place?
yeah.
And did you know it's
That's
9?
exactly what happened under Oli. We had the record for a team coming from behind the most times. And my thing was, why the hell, yeah, are we behind in the first place? The reason why we were behind is because the manager made the wrong decisions initially, and
Right.
then the players had to save his ass. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you know
literally,
how
when
many
we were
games in a
throwing
row?
caution to the wind, Like when we had nothing to lose, that's when we played our best football under Solskjaer because he was actually holding us back.
Do you know how many games in a row we've gone behind?
No.
9.
Shit, in a row.
9. And
It's got to be a record.
If anyone thinks I'm lying as well, go and have a look on whatever app you use for your football. Go and have a look. Hang on, there you go. Tottenham Hotspur. Here we go. Fixtures. No results. So we went 2-0 down to Brentford. We went 1-0 down to Leeds, 2-0 down to Forest. We went 2-0 down to Liverpool, 1-0 down to Marseille, 2-0 down to Bournemouth, 1-0 down to Sporting, 2-0 down to Newcastle, 2-0 down to Man United. 9 in a row. And before that, it was we beat Everton 2-0. That's a shocker, right? And yet I hear fans going, not his fault, he's not got the players. I'm like, I would love to know which top half team in the history of the Premier League has ever gone behind 9 games in a row.
That's disgusting.